I love him so much. I even love how his breath smells. That's when you know there's no, like, you love his flaws. I love how your trunks smell as well. But don't do too many because you gas out the house. Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for today's video. I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit of a USA shopping haul. So these are the pieces that I bought during our recent trip to Boston and Vermont. It's quite predictable. It's Club Monaco, Sephora, Victoria's Secret, and a little something from Banana Republic as well. These are the shops that I always beeline for. Either they are much cheaper than they are here in the UK, or we don't have them in the case of Sephora. So I didn't go wild in places that we do have here in the UK for that reason. I'm going to get started with Club Monaco. So we went, if you are familiar with the Boston area, we went to the Cambridge side shopping mall to start with, and it was a really beautiful store. They had 25% off when you spent over $150, so that to me was just like a red flag to a bull and was basically my excuse for buying a few pieces. So these are the main bits that I bought. I did actually film like a try-on session in my Boston Outfit Diaries video, so if you'd like to see my in-store experience and trying them on and my opinions then I'll leave that linked down below and on the screen here, so you can check that out if you want a mini come shopping with me. But these are a few of the pieces that I ended up purchasing. So this is a beautiful feather gilet. I actually did a little bit of research and I'd spotted this on the Club Monaco website before heading into the store, and I totally beelined for it. I think it's so beautiful. In the pictures that I took for Instagram and for my Outfit Diaries video, it looked a little bit more cream, but this is actually the most beautiful, very pale pink colour, which I think is just stunning. I love wearing gilets at this time of year. It's great when you're not so cold that you want to be bundled up in a coat, but it just adds that extra layer of warmth, and a really nice piece for layering as well. If you want to add something a little bit more interesting, maybe a fun texture to your outfit, I think it's perfect for that. I can't remember the prices off the top of my head for all of these pieces, not to mention the 25% discount, but everything that I mentioned will be linked down below, so you can just click on those links if you'd like to find out the prices and any more information. Yeah, I thought that was a really lovely piece that will hopefully elevate a lot of my autumn outfits. Now this next one, I tried it on and I absolutely fell in love with it. I wore it, I think I wore it around Boston the day after I got it, and I also styled it up with my leather trousers for a slightly more glamorous evening look. However, I have to say that having worn this now a few times, it has left me rather disappointed. So firstly, which is the front? This is the front. It's not hugely obvious right now. I'm not sure if it's coming up on camera, but there is actually a pull here, and yes, it's probably my fault that that pull happened. I do wear a lot of jewellery that's likely to catch on things, but when you spend, and I think this one was quite a lot, I think this one was over $200, when you spend that amount on a luxury piece of knitwear, you just don't want that kind of thing to be happening straight away. But I do appreciate that that might have been my fault. But what I'm more disappointed about is that these bows, which are of course probably the main design detail, are actually hanging by a thread. They're meant to be attached in two places, but both sides, the bows have kind of fallen off, and they're gonna fall off entirely if I don't stitch them up. So I'm gonna actually take this back to the Sloane Square store that we have here in London and see if they can do an exchange or refund for me, because you just don't expect that when you're paying Club Monaco prices. So, bit of a bad note on that one, but I do think it is a beautiful jumper. This next piece I absolutely adore, and I got so many questions and compliments when I wore this and featured it on my Instagram a couple of days after buying it. So this is a beautiful silky soft cashmere jumper, very high quality, and then it's got this bow detail down at the back, which is just so girly, so feminine, and just a beautiful, beautiful design detail. From the front you can wear it and you can tuck it into jeans, trousers, high-waisted skirts, and you wouldn't really know that it's anything unusual. It's a very classic style, but then when you turn it around you've got the bows in the back, which are just so fun and just absolutely beautiful, very eye-catching. I'm going to take extra special care of this because I want it to last a long time. I don't want any bobbles or any catching going on this. I won't be storing it on these wire hangers, don't worry. I have got padded hangers that I will be storing this properly on. I did actually do a blog post last year or maybe 2 years ago, so please forgive the old school photography, all about caring for your autumn knitwear and your cashmere in particular. So I'm going to leave that blog post linked down below because I do also get quite a lot of questions on how I care for these more premium knitwear pieces. So check that blog post out for all of my tips, which pretty much are still the same as they were a couple of years ago. When you're naughty, you have to come and sit on Mummy's lap, don't you? Because I don't trust you. I love how you smell. So this next one is the piece that I picked up from Banana Republic. I was immediately drawn in by the ruffle detail on the sleeves. I'm still such a sucker for any kind of ruffle detail, whether it's on the collar, on the sleeves, on the hems like it is on this one. I just love it. This was also on special offer. I think it was 40% off, so I ended up paying around $45 for this, which I think is around £38-ish. The exchange rate has got a little bit better for us Brits, still not perfect, but just a really nice piece for layering. Again, I wore this under a gilet so you could really see the sleeves, and I wore a thermal underneath it as well, so a really great versatile layering piece for my autumn wardrobe. We don't have Banana Republic here in the UK anymore. There used to be a store on Regent Street, but that has since gone. We do still have Gap, but I just don't like the in-store experience there at all. I find it quite manic, so yes, lovely to pick that up in the US. Whizzing back to Club Monaco, I picked up this scarf. I have not worn this yet. I'm waiting for the temperatures to drop a little bit more, and it is basically just a block print, 2 different shades of pink. You've got very, very light pink and then more dusky pink, which is pretty much exact same colour as my jumper. I just love this shade of pink so much. It's got a raw hem detail. To be honest, Zara will probably bring something out for a fraction of the price that's absolutely identical, and I'll be very angry, but I think that I will wear this a lot, so I'm not too upset with the high cost of this item. It was $98, which I know is ludicrous for a scarf, but I'm hoping that the price per wear will come right down, as I think I'll be wearing this a lot as the temperatures do start to drop. It's just very much my kind of colour, and if I don't have any pink in my outfit, this will be a great way of adding in my favourite colour. So yes, totally snuggly and wonderful, and I almost can't wait for it to get cold so that I can wear that one. The final piece that I picked up from Club Monaco is this burgundy midi length pleated skirt. It's quite a statement piece, what with the length and just the beautiful flow that it has thanks to this really lovely high quality material, and the pleats are quite dense as well, so it really does have the most wonderful movement. Check out my Boston outfit diaries if you want to see video clips of this in action. But in general, wearing this kind of skirt I think is beautiful with ankle boots, with knitwear tucked in, a really beautiful piece to elevate your wardrobe for autumn. So the final 2 retailers that I went into while in the Cambridge side shopping mall were Sephora and Victoria's Secret. From Victoria's Secret, I basically just got 5 pairs of knickers, which you don't need to see. They were on special offer, and I just find them really good for like being invisible and very comfortable, so picked those up. And last but absolutely not least is Sephora. So from here I picked up a few goodies. I didn't really need anything, I just wanted to treat myself to a few bits and bobs. So the first thing I picked up is the Jet Lag hairspray from IGK. I was watching Lily and Anna's What They Bought in America shopping haul, and they both raved about this. There was a smaller size and then this larger size, and I actually needed some dry shampoo while I was out there, so picked this up. Really love the packaging, and I have to say it is really, really good. It doesn't kind of make the hair feel all clacky when you put dry shampoo in. In fact, it really does make your hair feel better than first day hair, so I actually have to say I prefer this to Batiste, which I'm a big fan of, so do love that. So far so good. Then the next thing in here, I'm just kind of grabbing at random. I hadn't bought anything from Fenty Beauty, but then I saw these on the shelves, and it's the most boring thing you could possibly buy from the Fenty Beauty collection, but I thought I would pick them up. It's basically the blotting powders. I thought that this was a really nice little way of presenting them in your handbag. I always have these little cardboard envelopes and they get so battered, I always end up just losing them or throwing them out thinking that they're rubbish. But this I thought was a very nifty gadget for keeping my blotting papers looking cute in my handbag, and I definitely won't accidentally chuck that out. So very boring purchase from Fenty Beauty, but that's what I went for. Next, I topped up on a few of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencils. I always buy these when I go into American Sephora's because for me they are the best eyebrow product, and I've been using other things recently because I'd run out of this, so I picked up, so I picked up 2 to keep me going. Another repeat purchase, and as a beauty blogger you have to really, really love something to repurchase because my makeup and my lipstick drawer in particular is overflowing, but my favourite lip product of all time is the Bite Beauty Matte Chrome Lip Crayon in the shade Amaretto. It's just like the most perfect matte creamy shade, very comfortable to wear, doesn't dry out the lips, and the colour of the Amaretto shade I just absolutely adore. So this is probably the 4th one of these that I've ever owned, and I will probably re-buy this for the rest of my days. Then we have a couple of new things that I had not tried before, but I was very tempted by in the store. Firstly, Marc Jacobs Le Marc Liquid Lip Care. This is I think it is a matte lip product, but it's got a lot of nourishing ingredients in there, so it should be really nice to wear during the autumn months when perhaps our lips need a little bit more love and care. Beautiful shade, brownie pink, as you can imagine from me. I don't really push the boat out when it comes to lip shades. And the last two products are both from Tarte. Tarte is really hard to get hold of here in the UK. We can get it from QVC, but it's not the full range. I picked up the Colour Splash Rainforest of the Sea lipstick in the shade Sunkissed, and I swatched so many of these and decided to go for this shade. Packaging, I'm not sure if I love the blue, but what's inside I really do like. The formula of this felt lovely and balmy for a fairly matte lipstick, so again should be nice and comfortable. And then colour wise, it's slightly more of a corally pink than what I would usually go for, but I thought it'd be very flattering in the summer months. I know I'm kind of planning ahead here, but thought it was a beautiful shade that I could not resist. And last but not least, I picked up the Tarte Buried Treasure eyeshadow palette. This one, again, I was swatching for ages and I was choosing between this and I can't remember the name of the other palette, but it's kind of like a rectangular one. But inside this one, also the packaging is absolutely beautiful, very kind of Arabian style with this almost tile print. Inside, the shades are absolutely stunning. These are the kind of shades I use on an everyday basis, and they all have a slight shimmer to them. So potentially really nice to wear during the festive season to add a little bit more sparkle to your look. And then some really beautiful warm colours as well. We've got like a rusty shade, a pinky mauve, a pinky brown colour, and then almost like a lilac, as well as some very wearable light brown shades too. This I think I'll get a lot of use out of, and because it's a bit smaller than the Naked palettes, for example, should be really good for putting it in my overnight bag for any trips that I have coming up, nice and portable, and a big mirror in the lid too, which is always very, very handy. So I'm looking forward to wearing this, and no doubt you'll see it in upcoming makeup videos here on my channel. So that's everything that I picked up in the US. I'm actually off to New York next week, so if you feel that I've forgotten anything, if there's anything that I desperately need, then let me know in the comments below and I'll add that to my shopping list for New York. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and for more beauty and fashion hauls, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!